McGregor. He's in between second place Ivor Survivor and the leader in Bradley Blake. Third place is Ludlow. We've only got a couple of laps to go. Passing flags are being shown. There's all sorts of flags down there tonight, and he's doing a wonderful job, is Warren Fair-Jones. He's a Pussycat supporter at Geelong, and I think they've been knocked off by the Kangaroos, but we won't tell him, will we? As down the back straight, they come into the main straight now. White flag out for Blake in the Auto Centre. So he comes across a 19.08, and he should be able to be too good to win this race, I would say. Ladwig has driven a good race, though. He's going to finish second, and third place will be Brad Ludlow. Here we come. Bradley Blake, the Osho out of Bunbury for Valvoline. Put your hands together for him. He's victorious in this first heat for the Blake Auto Centre. There it is, checkered flag to him. Second place to Ivor Ladwig. He went onto the bike track, but he still got there. Third place to Deacondillo Steel City car. Car number 21 of Brad Ludlow, the only Ford out there, so good to see him finish prominently. Then we go back to Ryan Halliday, Daryl Crane, Dunnacombe ahead of Ludlow and Nylander. Then we go back to Vosbergen, the 83 of Alan Butcher.
Grab the kids by the shorts, get them back off that fence, because the late models, very powerful machines out here on the racetrack. Carl, I'll just see how they line up in this start. Alan Butcher, you can't go past him. He's coming out of about position number 7. So that looks very good. But look, it's 20 laps. Anything could happen. These are very desperate drivers. This is an Australian title, an inaugural Australian title up for grabs. We saw all hell break loose in the first one.
Well, we saw Rob Whittington out, Blair Granger from Queensland out. He wants to do better. John Carty went out as well. He was given the black flag and told OUT out, Johnny. So here we go again, Bruce Treneman. We have Rob McGregor up there, Craig Nylander on the outside. Here's a hard charger from the back of the pack, and it's Ludlow. Brad Ludlow, I mean. He's behind Ben. He's on the outside of Ben now. On the inside of Ben, the 83 car trying to go through an Alan Butcher, and he's gone to the bike track now. So he might get in some trouble for that as he comes to the corner. He had 4 wheels on the bike track for sure. Anyway, back to the race lead. Rob Whittington's having a party of his own here out of turn 4. He's decided to take an OUT out, and I'm gone, he says. I'm going for a rest, and I'm going to watch as they come around turn number 4. They've gone past him, 18 to go, and it's Treneman hanging on for McGregor. Then we go to Carty and Brad Ludlow. He's been the big mover. He was the one I saw coming through the pack, and he's weaved his way through wonderfully well. Craig Nylander is next. Then we go back to Ben Ludlow. Then we go back to Dunnacombe, just in front of Mark Matthews, who is in the car number 30. The Queenslander Alan Butcher is next, followed by Craig Vosbergen. He's back in the pack with Brad Blake, who's slowly but surely going forwards. Richards in behind him. Car number 5 back there in Blair Granger. He was unlucky. Oh, gee, bad spill. Bad spill by, what is it, a couple of our leading cars. Treneman is definitely one.
Yeah, Treneman and Nylander,
and Nylander the other.
Yep.
And that is unfortunate. Those cars in the top 4, it is the person that has the most points, and they've been racing in the heats. Deemed the winner, so it's going to be a very, very hard-fought contest. As a black flag's going to be shown here, and a black flag has gone to car 21.
Ludlow.
Well,
yeah, it's Brad Ludlow. Look, extensive body damage, panelling damage. Carl, just stewards deeming it a little bit too dangerous to compete. Treneman is out. Also, Craig Nylander is out. Desperately bad luck because Brad, as you said, was a huge mover in this heat and didn't have the best of runs in the last event.
Well, there's not a lot wrong with the car, to be honest. Anyway, that's my view sitting here in the commentary box. I'd be spewing if that was me being sent off there. But anyway, the stewards have had their say. I'm only the commentator and I've had mine. So there you go. We'll go racing again. And I disagree with the stewards on that one. I'm sorry. Anyway, we're racing again. It's McGregor in front. On the outside goes Ludlow. He wants to challenge, so he's angry for his young bloke, and so he should be. John Carty is back there in 3rd place. Now 2nd. Ludlow goes goes a little bit wide. Fourth place, Dunicum. Then comes the Queenslander car number 83 as they go towards turn number 2 here. This is the Australian title for late model sedans, and this is their second race. Carty goes underneath McGregor in front. He takes the lead. Then Ludlow, he gives a little bit of a nudge to Carty that sent him spinning. He keeps it going. Oh, gee, they did brilliantly well. There was minimal contact there. Drivers with a car spinning in front of them have had to avoid collision, and they did wonderfully well. Brad Blake, along with John Carty, and a flat tyre in laps, and McGregor to lead them away. John Carty in second place. Dunicum finds himself in third now. Alan Butcher in fourth place. Oh, gee, some steering has gone in Craig Vosbergen's car, and he's just slammed the skids on, so he hasn't pranked into the wall, so he'll be taken off by statewide as well. A long 4 laps so far. McGregor, second place. John Carty, he was out in the first. Dunscombe in third place. Fourth place, Butcher. There they go. McGregor towards turn number 2. Gets a break, a couple of car lengths. Now Carty comes back. Right on the tail now of McGregor, who's in front. Robbie McGregor. He's holding them off at the moment. Carty has to settle for second. Dunscombe third. Fourth place is Alan Butcher from Queensland. Craig Vosbergen, Ivor the Survivor, Ladwick. Followed by Mark Matthews, car number 30. The silver and black car. Looks very nice too. Then we go back to the 5 of Blair Granger from Queensland. He's having a good duel with Mark Matthews back in the pack. On the outside comes Big Bad Bird for Worldwide Machinery, Richards, and at the rear of the field it is Brad Ludlow, who as I said, was moving pretty nicely. He's got one, he's got Richards, he's now having a crack at Granger on the outside. But it's in front McGregor, and he's done a terrific job. Carty's gone again. He's got a nudge in the back from Dunscombe. They have to avoid him, and John Carty will just park the car and say, well, I'm not going to just get going again from here.
John Carty, that's twice he's been looped, and he's been assisted both times. So here we go.
Well, he's back in his position, Johnny Carty, second place, and that's behind Robbie McGregor. He's done very well to hang on. I would have thought that he would have been passed before now, McGregor, but anyway, 7 laps to go. Likes it out in front, and bang, we're gone again. This time we got the refrigerator mechanic, and we're going to see John Day go infield, and we're going to get this race underway. 13 laps to go now. There they go. They're away, and McGregor in front. He's only got a lead for 13 more laps. Now through comes the Queenslander in Alan Butcher into second place. On the outside, Carty not happy with it. He said, you've taken my spot, mate. I want it back. So they're side by side, nearly 3 wide as Ivor the Survivor comes in there as well. Mark Matthews pushing up behind them, and now Granger chiming in. Also, Brad Ludlow's got it forward a couple of positions. He started at the rear of the field a couple of restarts ago, but meantime, we've had Dunscombe and also Craig Vosberg, and Ladwick's gone again. So is Matthews. He's followed him through. Are they going to keep going? Ladwick is. He said, yep, I've got to keep going now. And meantime, the other car in Mark Matthews, he stays on the track and slicked right off. It must be difficult out there for the drivers. A fair few casualties. Also McGregor. Also the car number 83, the Queenslander, and Alan Butcher has also come to grief, but the stewards now have decided to turn the caution lights on. Oh, they must be starting to get a bit frustrated down there now. We're going to say go. And they're away and racing. Stewards having a look at them. The race leader is Alan Butcher, who's out in front from Queensland, so the WA boys will be working overtime now. Big Bad Bird is his nearest rival. Now Granger's gone through. Matthews is all over the show. Losing the plot is Ludlow. That's Ben. Brad Ludlow is not out there. He's already parked his car, so Brad's parked his in the middle of the track now, and unfortunately we are going to have another start.
With their first and third, Big Bad Bird,
onto the back of the pack, Worldwide Machinery, a Big Bad Bird. In behind at the moment, Alan Butcher of Queensland. The Queenslander also in third place, so he's in the banana sandwich at the moment. Blair Granger, we got another one spinning, have we? This time, what is it? Mark Matthews again, car number 30, looks like it. He's parked the car on the side of the track. He's going to reverse off. He's in, let the race go on. Well, intelligent stuff, Mark. Good on you, mate. That is very sportsmanlike driving, because he's the only bloke that's got out of the road after losing it and making a mistake. Anyway, let's continue back at the front of the pack, and it's Alan Butcher who's in front. As you can see, just really being very, very careful and making making sure that he doesn't put the car in the wall here. Slick track, pretty hard to drive, especially after they've already done as many laps as they have done with the restarts. A fair few. Second place, Big Bad Bird. Third place, Granger. Fourth place is Ivor the Survivor, and is the Survivor, no doubt about that. He's still there. Panels and everything bent and bumped and bruised, but he's rolling on, the refrigerator mechanic. Then we go back to Craig Vosbergen. Phil Richards is just, he's hooked along at the pretty much back of the field mostly, and he's finds himself in 6th place at the moment. Then we go back to the number 2 of Duns, Kumu. He continues on, McGregor, and out the back door at the moment is Brad Ludlow. The race leader's changed. Big Bad Bird goes past me with his nose just in front now, a car length in front, so he assumes control, so it's back in the west. It's a 7-lap race to go. 19:39, not 16, 19:39 the last time round. So they head out of Swan mid-turn 4. It is Big Bad Bird who's gone to the lead. We've got a couple, bang, Vosbergen. Craig Vosbergen has gone the wrong way, and he is going to leave the car in the middle of the track, and we will have 6 laps to go, will we? Craig was thinking about moving it. Oh, Bert's gone now. Well, Craig has fortunately probably saved his dad there, or does his dad now have to go to the rear of the field too, Brad Thompson? What's the rules?
When these guys have...
Craig Vosbergen has gone the wrong way, and he is going to leave the car in the middle of the track, and we will have 6 laps to go, will we? Craig was thinking about moving it. Oh, Bert's gone now. Well, Craig has fortunately probably saved his dad there, or does his dad now have to go to the rear of the field too, Brad Thompson? What's the rule? Vosbergen finds himself at the rear of the field. Bert Vosbergen finds himself second, behind again Alan Butcher, who now has 5 laps to complete to take home. Well, not take home, but to win the second race. And we still have one to come too in this series, in this late model sedan Australian Championship Series, as they head down the back straight. All Tools of Bayswater, one of our many supporters here at the Speedway, along with Marlowe, Swan Mid, Smarter Than Smoking, IC Chill, Komatsu, Toyota Ways, Deacon Dillo, Bosch. I haven't mentioned, haven't missed too many, I don't think. Bot Gases, GMC, plenty of them. Coast FM as well. Anyway, let's go racing. Back out onto the track we go. Alan Butcher, for how long I ask. Granger now challenges. So the Queenslanders come together out in front. They're going pretty well, but cautiously out of turn number 4. Ivor Ladwig up there now. His rightful place. He wants to win this. Vosbergen 4th now. Richards up to 5th on the outside of Dunscombe. Then we go back to Brad Ludlow. In behind him is Craig Vosbergen. Brad's just about lost it again. And McGregor finds himself at the rear of the field, but in about 9th position. Considering how many started the race, he's doing pretty well. But our race lead is a duel between the 2 Queenslanders, and Alan Butcher has got on top with 3 to go, 18:63. Granger in 2nd place, Ladwig in 3rd place, Vosbergen 4th, Richards 5th, and we've got a black flag on somebody, I think we have. Bert Vosbergen, I think, has copped a black flag, but he's still going round. He's in about 5th place at the moment, and black flag shown again to Bert Vosbergen, so he is gone. He's been scratched from the race by the stewards for whatever reason. We don't know at this stage, but it's Queensland 1 and 2 at the moment. It is Butcher leading Granger. 3rd place Ladwig at the moment as they come into the main straight. Richards up for 4th now. 5th place is Bert Vosbergen, but he's out. Dunscombe is next, followed by Craig Vosbergen, followed by Brad Ludlow, and McGregor at the rear of the field. Oh, Ladwig's lost it. Inopportune time. It's the last lap. It is 2. It's half a lap to go now. Ladwig gets back into the race, so he'll finish 4th, but it's Queensland 1 Butcher, 2 Queensland Granger. Then we have Richards, followed by Ladwig. Then we have Dunscombe, followed by Vosbergen. Then comes Brad Ludlow.
He is an absolute veteran. He is a superstar of sedan racing, and great to see him over here in Western Australia. And Brad Ludlow will be coming out of position number 3, car number 21. Brad Blake in the 0 car as they come onto the main straight. Let's see whether they go. They're off and racing. This is the 3rd and final feature race for the Australian title. We see that Butcher's gone fairly wide, but he keeps the race lead. Oh, we've got cars at the back of the pack. They've gone in all directions. Looks like the green lights will be shown. The green flag will be shown also. They're off and racing. 3rd and final feature race for the late model sedans. Can Ivor Ladwig keep the car straight as he pulls out of turn 2 down the back straight? He gets slotted back to 3rd position. Mark Matthews is in a lot of trouble at the back of the field, tangled there with Darryl Crane. Looks like Richards has gone sideways in car 71. He's going to be sitting right at the entrance to turn number 4.
Really, they are terrific. They are all awesome. Just listen to them, race fans, as they idle around those big engines, just wanting to be released here at the Quid Motorplex.
Okay, complete restart. Third time lucky. Let's see whether we can get them going. This time, Ivor Ladwick will try to keep the car pointed right out of turn number 2. Alan Butcher drifts wide. There goes Brad Blake trying to slot himself back up to the 3rd position. He'll keep the power on. This will be interesting. Let's see where he slots himself right between 1st and 2nd at this stage. Onto the main straight. Oh, no. Ivor Ladwick tried to close the gap. As they come onto the main straight, I thought that would be interesting, the way that those cars, they were 3 wide coming out of turn 4, leading this 3rd and final feature race as they come around. We'll get them going this time, race fans. Yep, green lights, green flag, and we're up and racing. Alan Butcher is going to lead Ivor Ladwick into turn number 1. Then we go back to Brad Blake. Ladwick just about went sideways, got straightened up on that occasion by Brad Blake. Further back there to Brad Ludlow in car number 21, but Ladwick has gone sideways right in front of that brilliantly prepared Granger car. Blair Granger sideways, also looks like Mark position. All right, race fans, this is actual fact the last event of this evening. We'll tell you more in a moment as they come onto the main straight now. Alan Butcher is going to lead them away. So Butcher will lead this championship final, the 3rd and final feature race heat. Brad Blake in 2nd place, then back to Brad Ludlow. Good dice for the winner placings. Here comes Craig Vosbergen. Further back to Bert Vosbergen, cart number 4 as they move onto the main straight. Blair Granger from Queensland, then John Carty. But look at the dice for the minor placings. Butcher has bolted. He's got about 10 cars.